because I want this on recording because I know what she's going to be doing.
Now it is.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Susan.
Okay, do I have to start at the beginning? Where did I start?
Yes, start at the beginning, rewind.
Yeah.
Okay. So our topic is invest in yourself. When you invest in yourself, you increase your value. And when you increase your value, you have more value to offer people. People will see that and they'll want to be a part of whatever you're doing if you give them enough value, right?
Mm-hmm.
So then, simple formula, you increase how much money you bring in. So then I went into listing off what I'm preparing for today and the extra that I'm doing. I'm leaving on a trip tomorrow at 10:30. Now it's really echoing. Can you hear?
Now I hear the echo. Yep.
Now I hear it. She's looking underneath like she's looking under a hood. Like.
Okay, test. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Loud and
it
clear.
still echoed a little.
Is it? It's not echoing as much though, right?
Not as much. No.
See, it was my Yeti. Okay, try that.
It's your Yeti, not my Yeti.
Right.
Okay.
Whose Yeti is it? Okay.
Whose Yeti is it? We're Yetiing tonight.
We're Yetiing. Okay, so how do I want to segue into this? When I first started in this business, I knew that I had to get to events. I didn't immediately know that, but that's what people were saying, leaders that were succeeding. So they said, it's really important you have to get to events. And so then I just looked back into what I did know, and I learned a lot in my nursing career by going to events. I would go to special events because I was a critical care registered nurse. So cardiac events, specific cardiac valve events, all sorts of things like that. And you learn more face-to-face, the energy in the room. It's a different kind of learning. You connect, you build relationships, and it's different. And then just about a month ago, I likened it to my son was going to be in a drifting event. And I've always enjoyed all sorts of car shows, car events, whether it's racing or drifting or whatever. And you feel that excitement. You can smell the gas. You can hear the noises. So there's something about live events and you really absorb it. So it's the same in business, in marketing. We have the privilege of all this digital online industry, and how powerful is it, right? We can reach people all over the world. We can build relationships. The three of us here on the panel, we've not met each other yet. We feel like we know each other. We're getting to know Karen a lot more. Tammy and I get to know each other more every day because we work together all day long, every day. We've never physically met. We will, because we're planning our own event. But anyway, so it is powerful, but there needs to be that human connection, which is why this platform is so great, because we can interact and converse and everything. So anyway, events are powerful to increase your own value. So recently, kind of last minute, spur of the moment, it wasn't planned, I was offered a ticket to the Eric Worre event. Short planning, which, with a mom, anybody else that's a mom knows that it's not always easy to just drop everything and go, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if money was a problem, like if I didn't have money coming in, then it would be a real big decision. My only decision was, can I, in 10 days, can I get everything ready so that everything's prepared for the kids? I didn't have to worry about going to an event. I didn't have to charge it. And here's what I did. And this is just seriously 1 week of income. And I just went to the bank and I just took it out because I'm going to pay for the flight. Flying from Canada is not cheap. The flight,
no, it's not.
My room, the ticket, everything with cash, because I like to pay in real time money. So you
hey, there's some American money there.
Yeah, the Canadian, and then it's all American.
See, that's when I get excited to see money. Susan
I
knows.
thought I'd make Tammy's day because I don't even
Yes.
show the money. I keep that to
Wow.
myself.
I am like
I'll
literally
show 'em
enamored.
This is my money. I made this. And I'm going to go to an event and invest in myself, not with credit, but with cash from my business so that I can give everybody else more. There you go. That's my thing.
Phew. She did it. Yes. she's wow, that's cool. And we got it recorded too, Karen.
Yeah.
Like I saw Susan like flashing money. This is so this is like literally made my month. It's not just made my night, it's like made my month.
But that is the first time I've seen you with money.
Yeah, I don't.
Yes.
I don't
Yeah.
like to me. Money and sex are the same. It's my business.
Okay.
Oh my God.
There, I
That
said
was
it.
good. I'm dying over here. This is too much. Okay, money's. Let's see. How can I come across without really getting all red and flushed here after?
Well, just keep your cheek by me, and nobody will know that you're flushed.
Yeah, really. I just kind of whoops, wrong direction. Okay. I won't even comment. I'm not even gonna comment on that. I was gonna say money is definitely, okay. You have better sex when you have more money. There, I just said it.
Really?
Oh, my hubby likes it when I make lots of money. Sorry, guys. This is turning into a Dr. Ruth show. I hope he's not listening. He's downstairs. He'd be like having a freaking flipping fit. Oh, my God. We actually had a mentor in real estate, and he'd say his wife is a black belt in shopping, right? And then he'd say, hey guys, believe me, your wife is going to be all over you if you close these big deals. I mean, he was hilarious. He's like, it does. It gets better when you have more money, Oh my God.
That's
It was funny. So oh yeah.
Well,
Hey, you ran with that. I had to run with that a little bit.
Well, that is true. That is true. And that kind of fits with the topic that we had with one of our clients this afternoon. And he was talking about how one of the group of people that he and his wife really want to work with is couples in trouble because of financial stress. And if you have financial stress, your marriage is better. So maybe it's because of the sex. I don't know.
I won't comment again. Karen.
I'm not saying anything.
She's not.
Okay, we need a guy in here, guys.
Money, and losing weight. That helps too. Oh yeah, we need. We need some guys on here just to kind of break this up. This women talk here.
There's a Ken, right?
Ken, you got to jump on here. Connection's not good, he said.
Okay. Well, Eddie just joined. Jump in if you have an opinion about increasing your value, increasing your income,
and your sex. No, just kidding. Hey, okay, we got Eddie.
Okay,
all
Eddie,
right.
What's your take on this topic?
So I just joined the app. I have no clue what this whole app is about, but in terms of investing for yourself, I went to school in Europe and also in the US, and even though formal education is great and valuable, I found many other sources to expand my knowledge. Coursera, online education is one topic. General Assembly is another form of education, but really I think it all boils down to getting the skill of self-learning and learning how to motivate yourself, which I found is kind of like the key in everything. And yeah.
Absolutely. I completely agree there. Like when we choose what we want to learn, we consume it differently. We consume it more deeply. We actually do consume it and are more likely to be motivated to put it into action.
Exactly. And I think it also goes back to if you have a passion about something, you learn much faster and you have that content better storage in your brain. So I think if you find something that you find really, really interesting, try to expand that knowledge and preferably build a business in that space, because in that case, you can be a lifelong learner about your subject that you truly love and passionate about.
Exactly. And Tammy and I can relate to that. We've both homeschooled our kids. So, and they got to learn what they chose to learn and became passionate about it. And actually both of our sons are doing their own business ventures already at a young age because of it.
Exactly. And I think but one thing that I'm really looking forward to maybe take 1 or 2 years off and to school my kids, because I think giving them a totally different perspective and really, seeing where their strengths and weaknesses are is kind of like key in homeschooling, because formal education just sees it and you're just one out of 30 or 20 or sometimes 15 people. So yeah, I think that's the key.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely. It's easier to get excited about learning when it's something that you're passionate about.
Exactly. And when your mom is next to it and forces you to. I think that's also a good driver.
Yeah.
Yeah, anytime, yeah. If you can homeschool your kids, definitely. I mean, the school systems are just honestly being controlled. I mean, it's just insane what they're trying to control, and putting into kids' minds nowadays. I mean, are you from the States?
I was born in Russia, grew up in Germany, and now live in the United States. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, it's just really, I'm talking to just people. I mean, I was talking to a gentleman and he went on and on and on for like half an hour about how the core, they call it the core or whatever. Uh-huh. And he says, oh, that's just ridiculous. And I said, I don't even know what that is because I chose to opt out of the system.
Yeah. No, totally understandable. And I mean, in fact, you're giving your kid away for 6 to 8 hours each day, and they're learning.
Yeah, you don't even know what's going on.
The teacher wants them to learn, and you have no control over it at all.
That's correct. And that's not to mention the side social stuff that goes on that you have no control over, and it influences them greatly.
Totally.
Oh, it's ridiculous, the drug situation and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, we chose, because we're entrepreneurs, to literally just homeschool the kids and teach them a lot of business. They've been around business for many, many years now. And my son, what he got for his birthday is a corporation. So nice. Setting up his business credit profile. I mean, the thing is like schools don't teach that in school. No. What 20-year-old has their own corporation started and a business credit profile started? I mean, probably there are. I mean, sure, Trump's kids, but I'm saying, in the average, everyday average person, you know what I mean? Yeah. So, and that's just something that I always tell people, to set up some sort of entity, invest in yourself. That's the topic for tonight. Yep. So, and not only invest in yourself in education, but invest in yourself in protection and asset protection nowadays, especially. And I love that subject because it really is passionate to me, because I went through a lot to learn. I went through a lot of crap that I lost. And because when you lose things, then you start to really say, oh my gosh, how I don't want to go through that again. Yeah. You know what I mean? So then you just start educating yourself and you invest in yourself, not only with events like Susan's going for this one event. And I would love to be there. I just honestly, like every day since you told me that, Susan, I wanted to be there.
I'll soak up as much as I can and I'll bring it home to you.
Okay. Okay, then that's a deal. And then when we meet, we can, I'll share my noggin with you with the stuff I know. But yeah, I mean, I've been to so many events, and I've spent so much money on adult education in my 26 years of self-employment that most of my friends from high school wouldn't even imagine doing.
Yeah.
And it's because, you know, it's that niche information that you want. Like, for instance, Susan's going to an event for traffic and conversions, and it's sort of, in our line of work, right?
Mm-hmm.
For our members and stuff, and for our business. And the thing is like, that's going to help, you know, expand. So she's doing that. And, you know, like I said, I've gone to plenty of events where just this year we went to real estate investing event. Now we're going to have our own event in Pittsburgh in November. So actually I'm meeting not tomorrow, Susan, but the next day with this lady locally. She just texted me.
Oh, good.
So, but the thing is invest in yourself, but also do something with the knowledge. Like, in other words, you know, it's all well and good to, you know, have all these books and tapes and CDs. Well, that's not my shelf for my books and tapes and CDs. It's actually right
I
here.
think that in particular is,
but you actually implement them once you learn it, right?
Yeah. And I think that this in particular is a really good example, because let's say in school we learn something and the teacher gives you a problem, and then you spend most of your energy solving that problem that is fictional, that is not in the real world. But on the other hand, if you go to an optimization course or workshop, something related to marketing or to any specific field, mainly you're coming from a point of view where you really want to acquire that knowledge and try it out. But then at the same time, you're taking that energy to try it out on your own business or on your own projects and so on. So also the practice that you can get out of it applies to the real world, rather than being in the classroom and wasting on some assignments just to get a grade. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Absolutely.
So what was your top 3 classes that you thought would be, or your top 2 where you thought they gave me great rate on return in terms of knowledge, in terms of expanding in one way or another? What was kind of like a moment where you thought, okay, those 2 classes, those 3 classes that I took were really mind-blowing, and I'm so happy that I took them? To any of you guys. Susan, Karen.
Oh, any of us?
Yeah.
You mean like in school?
No, I would say in that case, events that you guys attended,
events,
workshops, anything outside of school, preferably.
Can you hear me okay? Because I can't see anything.
Yeah.
Okay. For me, I would say that it was Millionaire Mind Intensive, and it's now called Millionaire Mind Experience, which I went to in August. And that focused on how to get rid of all of the things that stop you from growing in your business and growing personally, which are a lot of times the old stories that you learn growing up, or how your parents felt about money, and then focusing on how you want to build a business from here so that you can look at freeing up your time to enjoy your life. So it was a 3-day course, and you actually can go for free. So I'd say that was the most mind-blowing.
So in that case, it was slightly also more self-development and really kind of like changing the perspective of what the rest of the nation is doing in a way, because that kind of stuff you will never do in school.
No, you definitely don't. That's one of the complaints, even like with Robert Kiyosaki, is that they don't teach you in school how to plan financially. So you are only taught how to
the
get
Rich
a
Dad
job.
Poor Dad books.
Yeah.
Did you know he made those up? Rich Dad Poor Dad book. He made that up.
I've heard both sides, that he knew the person, and so some of it were just
I still like the content, but
so I've heard it both ways.
I think if you have a nice
that's what changed me, actually, was a Rich Dad Poor Dad event. I mean, I've been to that one. I've been to Robert Kiyosaki, same thing, Robert Kiyosaki.
He's speaking at this event that I'm going to.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So they actually have him there. See, he has events where actually, who was it that took over, because it was actually going into, his name is Russ Whitney, had to take over Robert Kiyosaki, the business, because he actually was going bankrupt, and that was just recent. But yeah, Russ Whitney is actually one of the first real estate investors that we actually went to the event. And that was my first experience. Was we bought and sold mortgages, discount mortgages, paper, and you know, in the United States, you can obviously hold paper on properties when you sell it. So my first event was, it was $500 to go, you know, and I'm like, geez, really? I mean, I'm in my 20s, you know, and I'm like, I really need to, you know, stop working here at this factory. I couldn't stand it, you know, so I'm like, yeah, I'll go. So that was really one of my first experiences, just knowing that, you know, and that was actually marketing. They taught a lot of marketing stuff. So I kind of fell in love with marketing really, really early on. And then actually went to the courthouse to do research on all the title and things like that. That's what I actually did here. And then I marketed like the old fashioned way, belly to belly, kind of like what I'm going to do Thursday, actually. Again, it's like, okay, in this industry, I told Susan, I said, this is different because it's outside of my, like when I'd go belly to belly, I call it, you know, meeting in person with people. I really knew my stuff. I really know real estate, and I really know, because I did it for 15 years. Wow. So that's where I really kind of had my breakthrough, was in real estate. So any event within, I don't know, 500-mile radius, I'd be there, and so would Bob with real estate events. So then my other, I think, breakthrough was just going and driving almost all night and all day to Dallas to a network marketing event. And that was when I started really doing well with my online business.
Okay.
Then last year, Vegas, No Excuses event. That's a really good one. No Excuses with Ray and Fernie. Yeah, I really like that one. And I won that one. So that was cool.
Go to that one someday.
Yes.
Have you guys been?
We will in 2016. Pardon?
I'm sorry. I can't really hear. It's just like a robot. It's cut up.
Let me plug this in. Have you guys been to any Tony Robbins presentation?
Oh,
oops, we missed.
Yeah, we're losing you, Eddie. We can't hear you anymore.
And you'll be seeing him live.
Yeah, Tony Robbins is at the event as well.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe while we can't hear you, or Eddie will pop back on, I guess. Maybe I'll answer his question. My first greatest thing that I learned at an event was Qigong. This was still when I didn't have my pain under control. I didn't know how to deal with it very well. And when I learned the practice of Qigong and realized how incredibly powerful we are and how much we can heal ourselves and how we can reprogram our neurons and redirect our pain, that to me proved to me that the possibilities are limitless. We are capable of anything we set our mind to.
Can give you some hands.
Susan, did you say Qigong?
Qigong, yeah, I practice it every day.
Okay.
It's the reason why I'm moving.
I went to a meetup on that at someone's house, actually, a couple of years ago.
Oh,
so
did you?
I was just introduced to it, but I think I went to 2 meetings. So
it's really, really incredible practice. So I learned from Dr. John Painter. So you can search him if you want, but he learned directly from the people in China that practiced it.
Okay.
He's part of the Balahing family. I don't pronounce any of it correctly. So that was really cool. That was the first thing of that. And then I guess in marketing, I went to Empower Network events. I didn't really learn a whole lot, but I experienced how you build relationships at events and how that in-person connection is pretty cool. And then, LSN, I spoke at that event. So that was a different kind of a shift, right? Because I was way out of my comfort zone.
Yeah.
Way out.
I did that one time too, and they didn't even tell me I was going to be speaking. I was like, you're the top sponsor, so here's your award. You got to come up and say a few words. And I'm like, I do? Can I just say something from my seat?
Can I just like nod? Thank you. Thank you very much.
I had to get up in front of like 300 people. It was horrible.
It's a great honor, though. Like top sponsor? Are you kidding?
It was a great honor, and I got a nice little, I don't even know where I put it. Nice little award, top sponsor, 130 people in a month.
That's awesome.
Crazy.
Wow.
That's crazy, Tammy.
Isn't it crazy? I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
130 people in 1 month I put in, and oh wow. I was cooking. I was booking.
Yeah.
It's possible.
Yeah.
At that price point, it was $40 price point. It's possible to put that many in. And that's why I teach people to build a list, getting back to investing in yourself. I know. And last year to win I'm just a competitive person. So whenever someone puts in, asks me or says, okay, this is a contest. Like last year, Tim said the one business that we all three work. He's like, okay, in order to win this Vegas trip, you have to do X amount of deals or whatever. So I'm like, all right. So then I break it down. I'm like, okay, how many leads do I need to get? How many conference calls do I need to do? In fact, I'm going to start doing that again more and more with our company, Susan, because there's something about it. Like, oh, there's a contest. Like some people have goals and they have money, like when they want to invest into themselves to go somewhere. Does that make sense? Like, in other words, okay, so I said, all right, I want to go to Vegas because I love Vegas. So why not go on someone else's dime? Right? I'm making him money. Yeah. I build up his residual probably about $8,000 a month. So he can afford to fly me there, right? So he flew us there, both of us, and put us up in the hotel where the event was being held, and then bought all the dinners and everything for us. He's an amazing guy. Actually, we're going to be doing an event with him in November. Yeah. So building a relationship and meeting Tim that I worked with for 4 years prior was an amazing feeling. And you know, I mean, I met him and he's like this, you know, tall next to me, you know, and my husband's pretty tall anyway. He's almost 6 foot, my husband, but I think Tim's a little bit taller. But it was just so cool. And then I got to meet all my team members. All the team members I was working with at the time flew out there, you know, like 3 or 4. So that was an honor that people wanted to come and see me and meet with me out there and stuff, you know? Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so that was, you know, so I like contests. I think contests are cool.
Yeah, I think it really motivates some people into taking that massive action. And then they're all excited and surprised with their results. So then they just keep on doing it.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. Exactly. I mean, and the thing is like, I won that top sponsor award, but then I started doing training and things like that. And then I got kicked out of that company. The first one that I won the top sponsor award from. Isn't that crazy? Like the owner, like all of a sudden went like loopy or something like that. I don't know if the money went to his head or what, but that's why I really wanted to start my own company, and that's rest is history now, as they say, right? Because now Susan and I have one. Yeah,
just paving the road and making history.
Mm-hmm.
Like Paul would be here. I'll show it one more time.
And there we go. How much is there? I always have to know details.
1,300.
1,300. Okay.
Is that enough?
For Vegas?
Like it's a thick stack because it's 50s and 20s.
I like thick stacks.
Okay, go.
She's going to fan it. Just be careful when you go there. Don't wear that red shirt and lipstick too much on the boulevard, okay?
I must have like the worst connection.
Because they're going to start taking pictures of you, and then you're going to see your picture on those cards they hand out, you know? You got to be careful.
No. Well, it's a sweater, though. I can't take this. It's hot there.
Yeah, it's hot there. That's right.
You're something tonight.
No, you started it. Hey, that's all I need is one teeny little lead in, right? and then I run with it. I do. Yikes. So how do you pronounce Rivka? That's a cool name. I love that.
Yeah, I like that.
Aaron, there's an open seat.
Yep, jump
on.
Oh, I have to check one thing because we have a client, Tammy. We're
in 20 minutes.
We're on limited time. Are we doing all right?
And we're doing okay. We got one in 20 minutes.
Okay.
Yep, we just need to send her the link.
Okay, I'll go.
Oh, he's laying. Okay, no problem. How old's your daughter? Good dad. 5. Oh, that's cute.
Oh, I love that age.
Me too. Is she in school? Kindergarten? Yes. She's in kindergarten. That's cute. I remember those days.
Me too.
Amanda was just reminiscing the other day about how she remembers moving to Arizona, driving down the route, 17, waiting until we get the exit, and being so excited about the house we were moving in.
Aww.
We made it a fun adventure. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, that's awesome. Mm-hmm. Can't hear or see, so keep trying to get back on. Yeah, that's weird. Sometimes it happens. It bumps off, especially at night. I noticed, the later you get with these blabs, Susan, the harder it is for, I think it's actually the platform blab because it gets very busy.
Yeah, I think so.
Because there's a lot of blabs going on at the same time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But bottom line is what company do we have? It's called, we have a couple different things that we do, but we have a program that teaches people how to do video marketing.
And direct sales.
And direct sales. And if you want the link, I'll give it to you. UnstoppableMamas.com. That's our brand, Unstoppable Mamas. We are looking for unstoppable papas, Aaron. So you got a daughter. Unstoppable.
Essentially,
and then we do coaching and mentoring
too. What we do is we fit people with where they fit in. So we've got different offers, and we do direct one-on-one mentoring, and we help people start from where they are. We help them connect the dots and build the bridge to the other side.
Exactly. There's your elevator pitch. Yeah, we enjoy what we do. I mean, it's just a lot of fun and connecting with people. This is a great platform to connect. We used to do, we still do Google Hangouts. And those are very effective. There she is again.
Okay.
I was hoping Cassie could get on, but she might be busy with her daughter.
Yeah.
She's 14 months tonight.
And Karen's like popcorn tonight.
Yeah. And the words get
slurred. That's cool. Your top income earner? He's top income earner of a company right now. See now,
Very cool.
What I wanted to do, absolutely. So what you could do is teach marketing because you're top income earner. That's what I did, and that's what I love doing. And so people always want your training once they learn that.
Absolutely.
They want your training and okay, well, how did you do that, Aaron?
And that fits.
I'm sure they're already asking you.
That fits with our topic, doesn't it, Tammy? When you have value, you have more to offer, and you're going to make more money. Increase your value. Increase the value that you offer to others, and you'll increase your income.
Example, like putting together a coaching and training program, it can put a nice chunk of change in your pocket. I mean, and I have to always preface this, if that company allows that, because that's how I got kicked out. I started doing marketing and training for this MLM because my upline wanted to learn how I was putting so many people in with internet marketing, right? Not really, because it's an MLM, it's a network marketing. So they're like, how did you put in 130 people in this business? And I'm like, well, capture page, sales page, boom. capture cake. I mean, you can do it in your sleep, right? Pretty much. Once you learn how to do that. And so I was teaching those methods, and a lot of the methods that I teach right now in our product. And someone squealed on me and said that she's like, you know, trying to double dip and trying to make money over here on the side. And I'm like, listen, you guys are the ones that asked me to do this training. I'm going to get paid for it. I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to train my uplines, downline, and have no money. I'm building someone else's legs, right?
Right.
So I charged for it. And I'm like, this is America. Last time I checked, you know, and the darn guy kicked me out, and I was almost gonna hit 10 days away from my $10,000 check, because I had just earned a $7,500 check. I was 10 days away from that 10 grand, and I was like, okay, I felt like he took it away from me because he didn't want to pay me that $10,000. So guess where all that volume went? It didn't go to my upline. It didn't. It wasn't one of those, what do they call that? I can't remember. It went to him. It went to the company owner. All the 2,000 people that were in my downline, and it just went overnight. I went to log in at 2 o'clock in the morning, because I'm always, 2 o'clock in the morning, and I couldn't log in. I inboxed one of my good friends still, Lavette. I inboxed Lavette. I think you girls know her. And I said, can you log into your back office? She's like, yeah, Tammy, I can. Why? I said, holy shit, I can't log in. I'm logged out. I'm logged out of my back office. Can you imagine? I had almost a $5,000, $6,000 residual, and it was gone overnight. I will never build an MLM again after that. I will build my own company that I have with Susan. I will not ever build an MLM because I was burnt. So when you learn, and then I had attorneys that I talked to, and they're like, no, you can't do nothing about it, because in the terms and conditions and in the bylaws of MLMs, they can just kick you out for no reason whatsoever. In fact, go to MLMwatchdog.com. He's actually an advocate for reps, because his partner had $1 million coming in a year, had built up MLM, and his partner committed suicide when they did that to him. His partner committed suicide.
I must have been on his site. I read that somewhere.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cook. His name's Cook. So I know a lot about what happens to people in reps when they do get X'd out of companies. And it's not a good feeling when it happens. And I was just small peanuts compared to his partner that committed suicide. But I mean, there's no reason to ever commit suicide. But I mean, he was living high on the hog. I mean, can you imagine all the bills and stuff like that he had probably, right? $1 million a year coming in residual, and then all of a sudden the company just kicks him out for real no reason. I don't know what company it was. I don't even know, but I won't even name the company I was in. I'm not like that. But it's crazy. So I always say, have a plan B. If you are building an MLM, always have something else that's there. And if you do have the knowledge, you can share that with other people, and then invest in them. Invest into your team, into your people, because they will stay with you. I have had so many people that stayed with me. I had people that sent in letters that said, Tammy was only trying to improve your company. Tammy was only trying to help build your company, and you kicked her out. Are you serious? Are you losing your noggin? What person does that? So yeah, $10,000 check I was waiting for, and done. So that's a little bit of my story tonight. I bet you guys didn't know too much of that either, did you?
Nope.
I have grit. I have grit, girls. I really do. I have a lot of grit. And I tell people all the time, I love this industry. It's done very well for myself and my family, and, just business in general has. I love my freedom, and I always invest in myself whenever I can. So, and I invest in my people too. Yeah, you gotta love those CEOs. Yeah, exactly, Aaron. Whew.
Yeah.
You gotta wonder, what are they thinking sometimes? Well, the karma and all that is that the company's no longer. So there you go.
That's good.
And karma does come around. So yeah, we got 8 minutes.
Yeah.
To our next appointment.
To wrap up on the topic, you can never invest too much in yourself and increase your value, and it will directly pay you back. Lead with value, and you'll definitely build your business and increase your income.
Absolutely, because they can't take that away from you. They can't take away that knowledge. Once you get that knowledge, you can do it again and again and again.
Yeah, it doesn't matter how many times you maybe make a wrong turn or a bad decision, or how many times you fail, or how much you lose. You don't lose your knowledge unless something happens to your brain.
And it can.
Well, actually, yeah.
Like the nurse, and that's fitting too, because I'll never lose that, the critical care nurse in me. So I always think, but unless your brain gets bruised, then then you can lose.
Yeah, then you can.
That's the only way.
And that was one of the biggest takeaways that I learned from an event, Susan, with Ron LeGrand, this real estate investor. He said that to me, and he said that to Bob, to the audience, obviously. And Marshall Silver was there. Dr. Phil was there. I got to see Dr. Phil live. And he goes, they can take everything away from me right now. All the materialistic things. And like I said, I can get all my things taken away from me again, right? But they can't take away my spirit. They can't take away my knowledge.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that was awesome. So great Blab tonight.
Thank you, everyone, for coming out. Thank you, Tammy. Thank you, Karen. Eddie's gone. Thank you, Eddie. Thank you, Aaron, for chiming in from the comments. Have a great evening. And
absolutely.
Okay, you too.
At noon. I don't know if we'll have our typical weekly Thursday noon Blab or not. I'm sure Tammy will, because Tammy knows how to do them now.
I do.
Oh,
I'll do one. I don't want you to have to do one, Susan. I mean, you're going to.
Well, hey, if I have Wi-Fi, like depending on where I'm at that time, but if I have Wi-Fi, I'll jump on.
Okay. I'll set one up for noon.
On my phone, I can jump on as long as I have a connection.
True.
Have internet connection. Will Blab.
Will travel. Will travel. Oh, I almost said it. Yeah, will Blab. Thanks, Aaron. Come again. Stop by again. Right? Like they say.
Yeah. Just stop in again.
Okay. Stop in again. See you in 5 minutes, Susan.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.